Oh, man. You know, MRCTV readers likely read Nick Kagatis' December 14th piece reporting on Democrat Connecticut Senator Richard Blumenthal's attendance and speech at a Connecticut-based awards ceremony thrown by the Connecticut World People's Committee, a Marxist group affiliated with the Communist Party USA. Many readers might have found that offensive, yet typical of Blumenthal. And many might not be surprised to discover that Blumenthal is now claiming innocence in ignorance. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC TV, and here's the story. Now that people are ridiculing the man, Senator Blumenthal of Connecticut, who is one of 100 members of the Senate telling you how to live, well, he claims that, heck, he just didn't know this was a communist event when he agreed to attend and then prepared and delivered a speech to the assembled Marxists. As Nick reported, Blumenthal not only attended but spoke at an awards ceremony affiliated with the Communist Party USA and the Marxist People's World News website last Saturday. The Amistad Awards was and is reportedly used to recruit people to join the Communist Party. Ah, yes. And at the Hartford event, Blumenthal struck a strong Marxist chord, pushing the collectivist, anti-constitutional, Marxist-fascist Build Back Better scheme and offering statements such as,
"There is a lot to be working for in economic justice, in racial equity, in establishing a $15 minimum wage." I mean, really, in the United States of America, $15?
In other words, higher taxation and redistribution of wealth, as Marx spelled out in his instruction manual for tyranny called the Communist Manifesto, more redistribution of wealth, along with fascist command and control edicts by politicians over how businesses will be run, and also possible election district gerrymandering, possible non-citizen voter registration, massive handouts to favored state and local politicians, and increasing institutional racism through quotas and penalties on private business for not conforming to said diktats, and of course, a minimum wage concept pushed by Karl Marx in Chapter 2 of his lovely 1848 Screed, and something like virtually everything else Blumenthal pushes that is absolutely disconnected from the U.S. Constitution or basic human rights or ethics. But now, after a massive backlash, after he proposed all of that nonsense and pushed more of his left-wing idiocy, Blumenthal is, shocker, claiming ignorance. In a phone interview Friday with the Hartford Courant, Blumenthal attempted to distance himself from the radioactivity of his own actions, making new claims that might just ignite a reader's sense of incredulity. Quote, "My understanding was that this ceremony was strictly a labor event," Blumenthal said Friday in a telephone interview. "If I had known the details, I wouldn't have gone. Let me just say very emphatically, I'm a Democrat and a strong believer in American capitalism. I have been consistently a Democrat and a strong supporter and believer in American capitalism." Of course, it's worth noting that at the outset, his statement comically mischaracterizes the Democrat Party. Very few Democrats in the last 100 years have been strong supporters of capitalism. They and many Republicans have worked to undermine the principles of private property, real money, free speech, and freedom of contract that are the underpinnings of free markets and free will. It also is worth noting that Blumenthal's particular claim of ignorance here is, as is often the case with him, completely unbelievable. As Christopher Keating observes for National Review Online, Blumenthal's attendance at the ceremonial gathering of the communist cult came in response to an invite from overt Marxists. Quote, Blumenthal was invited by Communist Party members and ceremony MCs Lisa Bergman and Ben McManus, end quote. And Blumenthal's visit included his opportunity to hear a statement by Bergman, who explicitly extolled the wonders of communism. Yet the great and wondrous senator remained mum about it until many days after the public outcry. Quote, "If you are not already part of the Communist Party, we invite you to participate and contribute and join," Bergman said after Blumenthal's speech concluded. There's more and more people talking about socialism in this country as it becomes more and more clear that capitalism is not going to work for our future, end quote. So indeed, it strains credulity to think that Blumenthal was clueless about the nature and organizers of that event. And if one does believe him, one must accept that the brilliant U.S. senator is so daft that he'll accept an invite from the group, prepare a speech, and have his tax-paid staff create beautiful certificates for people involved with the group, yet not have the faintest clue that they stand for the philosophy that has underpinned the greatest slaughter of human beings in world history. Well, pick your poison. And remember, this is the same Blumenthal who in 2008 claims to have returned from military action in Vietnam, which, was not true at all. After getting caught in that lie, by the way, he claimed that he misspoke.
I have misspoken about my service.
And typical of a collectivist, he portrayed the people who called him out for his lie as the ones who were the bad guys. He gaslit them. He said that they were attacking him, essentially.
I will not allow anyone to take a few misplaced words and impugn my record of service.
Of course, we're all free to come to our own conclusions about this particular matter. Well, we're not really free. Blumenthal and his ilk have worked hard to make us less free every day that they walk those tax-waxed halls in the Senate in D.C. and make appearances like this. And of course, like his attempt to hide his connection to deadly world communism, it seems as if the senator would like to hide the truth about what he's doing in D.C. from everybody as well. Thanks so much for watching, all. Really good to have you aboard. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe. If you're watching on Rumble, thank you for finding us on Rumble. It's a great website. Again, they don't censor us there. So we hope to promote Rumble a lot. You can find us at TikTok, at Twitter. We're still on Facebook, even though I have been basically silenced on Facebook for the next 2.5 months myself. MRCTV, Facebook, still there. Awesome. Getting great interaction there. And of course, please visit MRCTV.org. That's MRCTV.org to find out what the whole team is doing. For MRCTV, I'm Gardner Goldsmith.